the migrant situation, I thought this from GB News was actually very good.
In their efforts to end the Channel migrant crisis. Row after row of small boats, hundreds of them, many now deflated and rolled up. As we filmed, contractors dropped off more dinghies, the latest to have made the illegal crossing into UK waters. This is for Rishi Sunak. So Keir Starmer's focus is on going after the people smugglers, who've now sent thousands more migrants across the Channel since Labour came to power. But the
So you've got that ridiculous. I mean, the sight there of the armada worth of vessels that have crossed the English Channel and that ended up just being strewn across some junkyard in Dover, I assume it is. And you've got this going on in the backdrop of everything that we're talking about. And people are too scared to actually say this shouldn't be happening in my country. And then Robert Jenrick, who is standing for the leadership, and he was immigration minister when Rishi Sunak was prime minister. And he says, yesterday, 703 people came to the UK illegally. Studies show each cost the taxpayer roughly £400,000 over their lifetime.
Yep.
So the cost of not having a border for one single day was £281 million. Add on to that, we've given the French £500 million to stop the boats. That went well. Starmer's decision to scrap rather than strengthen the Rwanda plan will be a disaster. Robert Jenrick, very clear, he wants to leave the European Convention on Human Rights and stop foreign courts being able to actually prevent the United Kingdom from having border controls. And he put out a video today in which he said, it's related, he said, this is a screenshot from the video. He said, Angela Rayner scraps plans to limit social housing applications to long-term British residents. And Robert Jenrick says, to Keir Starmer's 40 days in office, we've seen migrants prioritised for social housing. We touched on that a little bit at the top of the show. And Humza Yousaf said, migrants prioritised for council houses. 10 days after far-right thugs tried to set fire to a hotel reportedly housing asylum seekers, Robert Jenrick comes away with howler of a dog whistle. Absolutely shameful. He isn't fit for public office, let alone leading the opposition. Well, actually, Humza Yousaf, I mean, fat lot of good you did whilst in bloody power. The colour of your P45, I'm pretty sure, was white, and I bet that was a bit of a shock to the system when you received that. But I'll just read a few of the comments that really, I think, summarised how I feel about it as well. This is from Luca, and Luca said, predictably, the riots 2 weeks ago are already being used as a cover to censor any discussion about migration and government policies. Even something as mild as believing foreign nationals shouldn't be prioritised for British social housing is too divisive and inflammatory. And it goes on like this. I had a load of selections here. Humza Yousaf also tweeted, my warmest wishes to Pakistanis across the world celebrating Pakistan Independence Day, a country that will always be close to my heart. Forever a proud Scottish Pakistani. And Count Dankula said, close enough to your heart to live there. We can only live in hope. And the fact of the matter is, I said, hi, Humza.
He'll sue you for that comment, by the way.
Well, but for saying he can go to Pakistan.
Yeah, you're banishing people who aren't white out of this country, Darren.
Well, I asked a question.
Apparently his lawyer is the new lawyer for the Manchester airport guys. I've had a few people saying that to me. I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but apparently that's the case.
Oh, right. Yes, because it was Mr. Yaqub who stood in the West Midlands, but they got rid of him. I said, hi, Humza, if I go to Pakistan as a foreign national, can I expect to be prioritised for Pakistani social housing? Or would locals reasonably view that as too divisive and inflammatory? I'll wait. I've waited many hours, no reply. Has yet come.
No surprises there, Darren.
No, indeed. But you can see what I'm getting at, Alex, right? That is, there is such a double standard from people like Humza, where basically, you know, this is a dog whistle. He's trying to shut down speech and debate around this issue. It's just, they are sensing that the authoritarians are winning right now. They can smell the blood like a shark in the water, and they want to make the most of their opportunity whilst they have it. And that's what worries me. We have got to resist this.
Yeah, and the only way to resist it is to keep on talking, and that's the reality. They're trying to stop the reason why they're weaponizing freedom of speech at the moment and weaponizing the justice system against ordinary people is because they want you to stop doing the thing that they're targeting, which is using your voice, using your freedom of expression and your freedom of speech. Of course, there are some people on there who are genuinely, you know, saying stupid stuff, and the police are going to arrest them under different laws, and that will be difficult for them to wriggle out of it. But there are genuine people who are just using their freedom of speech and are being arrested for it. Now, as I said before, they can't arrest millions of people. And that is when the nonsense stops. And I put this down to the silent majority. And I said this before, I've said this so many times before. While the majority of people remain silent, silence is basically compliance. Silence is saying that actually, no, you're right, Kia, carry on doing what you're doing. It's only when the mass voices get up and say, no, you have gone way too far, enough is enough, where things start to change. And that's what we need. We need more people using their voice, because at the end of the day, they can't arrest everybody. They can't arrest everybody. It's impossible for them. So they're just trying to scare you into compliance.
Have you got what it takes to be a reasoned presenter? Well, send us a short clip of yourself to join@reasoned.uk, and we might be seeing you on this very channel very soon indeed.